Bonjour et bienvenue to the USA Volleyball Show in Paris, France, the site of the 2024 Olympic Games here. My name is Stephen Munson. I'm here on the ground with Sevrin Lavenstein. We're hanging out with the athletes here in Paris. I'm the press officer lead for the men's indoor team. Sevrin is the press officer lead for our beach teams. BJ Evans is the press officer lead for the women's indoor team as well. And we're having a great time here in Paris. I can't believe we're 2 weeks in and less than a week away from the finish of the games here in Paris. And there will be a 2-week break period before we start the 2024 Paralympic Games as well, where our U.S. women's sitting team will defend their back-to-back gold medals at the Paralympic Games. But catch you guys up here in Paris. A lot of great action with volleyball. The U.S. men are 3-0 after pool play, and they take on Brazil today in the quarterfinals at noon Pacific. The U.S. women are 2-1 after pool play. They take on Poland in the quarterfinals tomorrow, August 6th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Set your alarms right now for that one. Miles Partain and Annie Benesh finished their pool play 2-1. They take on Codofava and Nikolai of Italy today at 8 a.m. Pacific in the round of 16. And Miles Evans, Chase Buttinger finished 1-2 in pool play, and they finished 1-2 in pool play. And they advanced to the round of 16 by winning their lucky loser match against Hodges and Schubert of Australia. Phenomenal match. They won 2-0 in that match and moved on to the quarterfinals. So congratulations to them. They will take on Mol and Sorum of Norway today at 5 a.m. Pacific. Early match times for you in the States. So please set your alarms now. And get up for those matches. Do what you got to do. Set the coffee maker. They're going to be fun. This is the knockout stage for volleyball across the board. So get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. Moving on to our women's beach pairs, Kristen Nuss and Taryn Cloth finished pool play 3-0. They take on Melissa and Brandy of Canada today. Another early one at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then last night, Kelly Chang and Sarah Hughes defeated Gottardi and Menegatti of Italy to advance to the quarterfinals. They will play Huberli and Brunner of Switzerland tomorrow, August 6th. That's August 6th at 1 p.m. Pacific. A lot of great volleyball action here in Paris and a lot of celebrities coming out to the matches, coming out to training. We have, of course, Snoop Dogg coming to training to the training center and ran into the women's national team, indoor team there, and got to catch up with them there. And then, of course, as you all saw on the broadcast, went out to see Sarah and Kelly on the beach as well. Who else? We got Jason Kelsey coming to men's indoor. Just yesterday, Andrew Luck came to the men's indoor training as well. Man, we have so many people. Tom Brady was there last night in attendance for Sarah and Kelly's round of 16 match. LeBron James, as you all saw on that now famous rain delay game from Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss. LeBron was the only fan. Him and his family were the only fans left there in the arena, but stayed through the rain delay and to cheer on Kristen and Taryn to victory. Man, so many celebrities, too many to count, but man, Paris has been incredible. I've enjoyed my time here, have had a lot of espresso, a lot of croissants. I'm having a good time. All right. Let's move on to the show here. We have an incredible episode. Sevrin and I were able to catch up with a few athletes to hear about their experience so far in Paris and kind of what they're looking forward to as they head into the knockout stage here. But yeah, let's just kick things off right now. We have Sevrin talking to Miles Partain and Andy Benesh.
Miles and Andy, catching up with you guys in Paris. This is the first time we're talking to you since the conclusion of pool play. 2-1 in pool place, and honestly, great showing for you guys. What are your overall takeaways to this point?
Yeah, I thought we had a tough pool. I thought we got better throughout every match, and even within the matches we were getting better, and we kind of got back to the style we want to play with, which is exciting, and I think we're going to keep that going for the rest of the tournament.
Really happy with how things turned out. We played some great teams, and I'm just really happy with how things turned out.
How different or similar are you guys treating it to a regular stop on the Beach Pro Tour? What are the similarities maybe in your prep, or the differences when you step onto that court and you hear all the fans? Walk us through kind of where the differences and the similarities are.
I think the big difference is just not playing as frequently. So we have a lot of time to prepare and recover. So we've been trying to take that as seriously as possible. Once we step on the court, it's the same. It's the same rules and everything. Very similar stand to the Beach Pro Tour too. So, I think in that sense, it's pretty similar. There's obviously more fans than normal, which is cool to play in front of.
I know even up in the press area, I can feel the whole thing shake when they do like the monster block or the wave or anything like that. Obviously, you guys aren't focused on anything, and you're just kind of singular focused on what's going on in the court, right, Miles?
Yeah, it sounds like Six Flags though with the wave for sure. Really exactly like Six Flags going up to the top of a peak. But yeah, we're trying to just focus on everything we can and what we can do. So I think it helps, but it's indirect, but I think it does help. So it fits for us.
I've only been to Six Flags New England, so I don't know if I've experienced it there, but maybe at a different Six Flags. I got to go to that one. But obviously I got to ask you guys about this whole experience being in Paris and, obviously that amazing venue. I know you get the question a lot so far with the media after matches, but how has the whole experience been for you? Has it hit you yet that, obviously we're on to the round of 16 at this point talking to you guys, but, we're at the Olympics. You guys are Olympians. Has that whole thing set in for you yet?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, but probably set in more once we have some time to reflect. But we're just super focused on our matches and, like we said, preparing and doing the best we possibly can and staying together and playing the way we want to play. So that's where most of our focus is. So we haven't had a lot of time to reflect kind of where we are or anything.
Miles, you taking a moment to kind of take things in a little bit?
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the Eiffel Tower whenever we're around it. And but it was a 2-year qualification process, so lots of and we weren't going for something else. So we were like, it was dispersed over that whole time. So we definitely are super stoked. But it was a long time coming, and it kind of feels like this is just part of that whole journey. So yeah, even though it is the pinnacle of it.
Any stories from the Olympic Village? I've seen the muffins are a big thing. Have you traded for some really cool pins? My favorite so far, the one I got from Bosnia. But what about you guys? Any fun stories of interacting with other athletes or things that are going on in the village? We can only see so much, so fill us in.
Yeah, it's really cool being surrounded by the world's greatest athletes. It's a privilege to be here. Trading the pins is really fun. The chocolate muffins are really good. But yeah, the experience has been awesome all the way through, and looking forward to just soaking it all up as much as we can while we're here.
I want Snoop Dogg's pin. That one's pretty cool. I just saw it today, and I don't know. I got one from Micronesia, from Namibia, from Japan. I really like those. I really like Ireland is probably my favorite pin. Super cool with the kind of Lucky Charm thing on it, and it's like really sleek. So that's probably my favorite pin so far, but I hope I can get more.
I got to catch up. And the last one for you guys is just obviously now that we're in the elimination phase, I know it's going to be really important to be sticking together. You both do that so well, but what are some of the things that you're saying to each other? Maybe if it's at, court when you go for like kind of your handshake there, or when you kind of give each other a hug in between points and kind of refocus. I know you guys are great at that, but what are some of the things you're saying to each other to stay in the moment and stay present?
Yeah, I think the big two words have been to be courageous and be aggressive, no matter how it's going, whether we're losing, 21-0 or winning 21-0, just having that mentality has been a huge, honestly, learning process for us. And I think that's going to be the motto for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, same thing. So no words there.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you guys more. Miles, Andy, thank you so much for stopping by, and great to chat with you as always.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sevrin.
Awesome conversation from Miles and Andy there with Sevrin. Thank you so much, Sevrin, and thank you so much, Miles and Andy, for taking the time out of their incredibly busy schedule. I know they need a lot of focus to gear up for these matches and get through all their training too. So really appreciate them taking the time to sit down with Sevrin there. But let's jump right into our next interview. We chat with, me and Sevrin both chat with Aaron Russell and Taylor Averill of the U.S. men's indoor team, and kind of just get to learn about their experience so far across the board, from the village to meeting the other athletes in other sports to their experience playing at the Olympic Games too. Of course, this is Aaron Russell's second Olympic Games, but his return to the Olympics after just missing out at Tokyo for the Tokyo Olympics with a hip injury. And then, of course, Taylor Averill, this is his Olympic debut, and he is playing out of his mind right now, as you have all seen from watching his matches, watching the men's matches, and killing it on social media as well. His follower growth is just skyrocketed. And just a couple days ago, he hit 100K followers on Instagram. So definitely, if you haven't already, listeners, go check out Taylor Averill, follow him, drop a follow for Aaron Russell as well, and all of the U.S. men's athletes, all of our volleyball athletes here in Paris, and just follow along their journeys. It's incredible to see. They're doing a lot of good behind-the-scenes content, and it's a ton of fun. But enough from me. Let's jump right in. This is an awesome conversation. And again, thank you, Taylor and Aaron, for taking the time to sit down with me and Sevrin. I know we were kind of crunched for time because we were trying to get them on to a bus back to the village, but got a lot of great stuff from them. So here we go. Let's jump right in. Here is Taylor and Aaron. Bonjour. Bienvenue. Welcome to the Paris Olympic Games. We're here with two of the men's national team athletes here competing at the games, Taylor Averill, Aaron Russell. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we got tight schedules, a lot of training going on, but appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us. Truly an honor.
The honor's all mine. The honor's all mine. First off, just want to get your general impressions of the Olympic Games here in Paris. Maybe touch on the village experience, competition, just kind of a wide general thoughts.
I mean, so many hot people, first of all. It's unbelievable. Men and women from all over the world. I couldn't have more fun just like eating breakfast or lunch and just staring at like all these different diverse people. It's pretty unbelievable, at least for me. It's like the first.
Yeah, the weather is pretty hot out here too. Yeah.
A lot of sweaty people too. Apparently like a small storm brushes through and all these people are getting sick. It's just like unbelievable to see so many incredibly talented athletes with apparently some soft immune systems. But yeah, just joking.
Yeah, I would say for my first few days, it's my first time being in the village because in 2016 we didn't stay in the village. Yeah, it's very overwhelming, especially the dining situation. It was a lot of options, a lot of people, a lot of lines and stuff, but you kind of get used to it, and it's definitely been very enjoyable.
Well, I'm not going to bring up the cardboard beds. It's been talked about enough, but I saw you testing out the cardboard yourself. Have you found out what it's made of? Is it carbon fiber? Is it some kind of Wolverine adamantium metal? What's going on there?
First of all, a lot of people seem to have opinions about it, which is great. I don't believe any of them. It's clearly dipped in something. I'm not exactly sure what, but yeah, there's no way it's cardboard. I mean, I just don't. It's insane to me. However, I also never made it past intermediate algebra 2, so I could be totally wrong there. But
I hate to burst your bubble, but we left one of those cardboard stools out on our balcony, and they got wet, From a storm?
Crumbled.
Crumbled right
Crumbled.
there.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
one weakness, water. Okay, good to
Actually,
know.
All right, so that means it's basically just cardboard then.
But you got a balcony, so I mean, hey, that's at least something. So that's a little bit about the village. How about the venue itself? It's kind of interesting in a convention center, right? And then you kind of walk in, and you have the stands, and it looks like it's been pretty packed for your matches so far.
Yeah, the atmosphere has been great. I think one really cool piece is on the practice courts, they kind of have us on display, and people like fans can come up, take pictures, watch us while we warm up, and I think that kind of gives them a little bit of an immersive experience.
We also had just one practice day on the main court leading up to the first match. And the first day I was like, dude, the ceiling is so far away. Like serving the first, like, I don't know how many serves guys were just bricking, it felt like. And when we watched the first match, it was like Germany, the first people to play on the court, just like the first serve of the games was like, a rocket, you know? And I was like, oh, is this gonna be a problem? But I don't know. Ask guys who maybe are hitting high balls. I haven't found it to be like too much of a problem, but
No, the gym's
depth
great.
perception, yeah.
Atmosphere is great. I think that they fit a lot of fans in there too. It's
Lighting's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been packed every game.
Just the bathrooms are a little far
Bathrooms
away.
are quite a jog, yeah. So
I've seen you run off the court in between sets a couple
I
times,
pee a
Taylor.
lot, yeah, the bladder of like a small child, so.
Isn't there like a camera overhead too? I heard like one of the teams, like the camera was like right kind of there for their serves,
Max
right?
was complaining about it last night. It's probably caught me maybe twice where I toss it and like you have a moment of like, whoa, your brain recognizes there's a camera moving. I don't know. Have you had any problems with it or not really?
No, I haven't really noticed, but yeah, that is a little bit strange when something else is moving in the background.
I remember when I played at UH, they have the Jumbotron there and they would have like, as you would toss the ball, like you tossing the ball was on the screen, and that was like kind of tricky to get used to like really focus in. But yeah, otherwise the conditions are good. The lighting's also really good, I feel like, so it's a fun place to play.
Awesome. Well, at the time of recording this, y'all are 3-0 right now. Just finished pool play, off to the quarterfinals. We'll find out later tonight who your opponent will be and where your seed will land. But I guess, you know, and even just going off of last night's match, and you talked about the electric crowd too, USA Japan. How was that atmosphere like? How's the atmosphere been in the arena? Sold out crowds, like you said.
I mean, USA Japan, I felt like we had a taste of that when we were in the Philippines, honestly. It felt really similar, just like pretty even split. I mean, the Japanese players, fans, everyone is like so respectful and also just like so in love with the sport of volleyball. And I think it's always cool to play against other teams and countries that like also really appreciate what we do. So I found that to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think there were a lot of Japanese people in the fans that were fans of Japan, but there were many other people of different countries that supported Japan as well. And I think that it's just because of their style of play, the personality of the people that they are. Everyone just loves to support them. And we were definitely getting some love from everybody, you know. I think that both teams were being supported very, very well. But yeah, it was electric. It was a lot of fun to play in the atmosphere.
Yeah, and the crowd, actually right next to me, I'm in the media tribune up in the rafters, but right next to me is another fan section. And they were watching the swimming on their phones. It was a bunch of French fans watching, I think it's Léon Marchand. And that's why during your warm-up, the crowd just like blew up.
I very much misinterpreted it. I got very hyped. I was like, wow, they're loving us right now. This is great.
They saw your headband. They were like, "Oh, that's
Yeah, must have been it.
Sorry to bring
I
that up.
took it
then.
personally. I was very much for it.
Well, I mean, I guess because we're running tight on time here. Just anything that's like surprised you about Paris and the Olympic Games here. Anything that just stands out that you love about being here.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. I can barely organize like a dinner event with like 5 of my friends. I don't know how they organize an event like this. And from my perspective, it's gone like pretty smooth. You know, like people complained a little bit about like the first day we got there. There was like not a lot of meat options at dinner, but like, yo, they're killing breakfast. Like I have a great breakfast every morning. Like how you organize enough food and like water and all sorts of things. Like I think also I've realized we're really privileged to be Team USA athletes. We have such a different experience than like some of the other countries that are here representing in the Olympics. So yeah, just like so grateful. It's just been like really rad.
Yeah, I think like he said, the whole organization has been great. I think like the dining hall situation. I think that they kind of figured that out a couple days later, and yeah, they've always just had good supply of food after that. One thing I'm really impressed with is the traffic, how little we experience because of that traffic lane that we
The
get
Olympic
into.
lanes, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
actually
true.
really nice. I was kind of worried about how the traffic would be getting to the matches, and also in LA how it might be, especially. But we'll see for that one.
Anything else from you?
Yeah, no, I mean, you got the breakfast ordered down and you've got kind of the food situation, but I would just encourage you, if you have some chances to go to explore some of the restaurants and cafes outside, it's pretty good. I would say Paris food lives up to all the hype.
Yeah. Have you
for sure.
been to Paris before?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Spend some time here a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do eat well, but unfortunately we've been pretty tight on time this whole way, and when we don't have to be training or watch a video or anything, I'm trying to recover and relax. So definitely trying to get off my feet. But
How you been managing family and stuff? Because I know you got a bunch of family here and people supporting.
yeah, they actually got here a couple days ago. Yesterday was their first time being at a match, for my first time seeing them. But I wanted to see them today during our family time right now. But I mean, it's gonna be too busy, and I got stuff to do, so I don't think I'm gonna see them.
I saw some great pictures with you and your daughter too, and
Yeah.
Kendall as well. Yeah, awesome.
I don't know about you, how you felt in the last one, but like I think or at least in Rio, but like I think the coolest part of this whole thing is just like scoring or the game's over and you see like all your family,
Yeah.
Yeah,
friends,
definitely.
family and stuff too, and you're just like you feel like you're playing. I don't know, dude. The honest truth I feel like about professional volleyball is like we're all playing for our own careers, to make a living, to go be on a better team, to get a better contract, and then the national team was like a special thing together. But for me, at least, this is the first time I felt like it's more than me. It's I'm getting messages from high school friends and people I haven't talked to in forever, and like that is beyond just volleyball, beyond like my own selfish career. Like then it makes it feel like you're really being supported and doing something good for others, and I think that's like, for me at least, like the coolest part of this whole experience.
And the stands are like so close to the court too, so you see them like right there. Which
Yeah.
is great.
I mean, it's the people you see and it's the people you don't or haven't
Yeah,
seen in
back home.
forever. So
For
you just
sure,
get
yeah.
this like immediate family, people who are here to support you. Like my mom, like freaking out, like so excited, and it's like they hadn't seen me play in person in forever.
Oh,
so
I love that. That's awesome.
yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And again, getting messages and talking with people back home. It's like getting, I got a couple friends at like a bar and I know a lot of the 6-man's going on right now. They're like all drinking and hanging out and watching the games. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that stuff's cool. The volleyball community is just so tight. So
Yeah, it keeps growing too. Getting more fans, especially with you guys being on the stage too, and doing so well also. But this episode will actually go out before your next match. So anything that you want to say to the fans listening right now as you kind of prepare?
I mean, the messages, the love, like the support, it just like, it does. Every single time I get a message of someone's like, dude, we were watching, like I get hyped. I get hyped up. Like I really do. So I appreciate everyone who's supporting USA Volleyball and all of us as individuals. And I mean, I don't know, we're not supposed to swear on here, but like, let's go win, baby. Like I'm hungry for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we definitely can't do it without you guys. So keep sending us the love, sending us support. We'll try to make you guys proud.
And if there's anyone out there who thinks they can beat Ron in Smash, please make yourself be known, dude. Let it be known. Because I feel like Ron has yet to find a worthy opponent, let's say.
Definitely not on this team.
We can agree.
Definitely not on this
Definitely
team.
not
A lot of
Thomas.
athletes in the village too. Let's get them in there.
That's right.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, where can people follow you along your journey as you continue here at the Olympics?
Yeah, Averill 13 is my Instagram. It's also my TikTok. Follow on social media.
I don't really use social media. I do have accounts. My wife always gets on me for it. But if
Twitch
you wanna
account
follow
TBD.
along, yeah, Twitch account
Twitch,
TBD.
yeah, Twitch Smash. Let's do it. All right, and then the team has an account at USAV MNT as well, so follow that. And then, of course, USA Volleyball too across all social platforms. Thank you guys. Anything else before we kind of sign off here?
No, we're good to go.
Good.
Awesome. All right, this has been the USA Volleyball Show in Paris at the 2024 Olympic Games. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, so great that we were able to meet with a few athletes here in Paris at the 2024 Olympic Games. I know, again, they have crazy schedules. They train one day, train a couple days, and then they go into matches, and they need a lot of focus, a lot of preparation to lead up for to prepare to lead up for those matches here in Paris. And very, very much appreciated them taking the time to sit down with me and Sevrin. A lot of fun, a lot of great conversations there. So hope you, the listeners, enjoyed that and got a little bit, behind the scenes commentary there from Taylor and Aaron, and of course Miles and Andy as well. Just kind of getting their experiences overall here in Paris. It's been a great games. It's incredible to see, especially for me and all the athletes who competed in Tokyo, just to see the crowds, the fans, the family, the friends who are here in Paris. It's a sold out crowd for every volleyball match, I'm sure across the board for many of the other sports as well. But for volleyball, from what I've experienced, it is sold out crowds at every match. They show up, and it's a ton of fun. It's really cool to see, and I'm so happy for the athletes who get to have their families and friends here too. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do another episode here in Paris, but for sure we will do a recap, a debrief episode as soon as we're back in the States from Paris. But if we can squeeze one in, we will, but no promises. But until then, definitely, like I said, go follow all of our athletes on social media. Follow at USA Volleyball on social media. Follow at USAV Beach, at USAV MNT for our men's indoor teams, and at USAV WNT for our women's indoor teams. And of course, looking ahead to the 2024 Paralympic Games, follow our U.S. women's sitting team too, at USAV_sitting_WNT. They're putting out a lot of great content. They're going to have some phenomenal behind the scenes stuff, I'm sure, as they gear up and land here in Paris in just a few weeks now. So that's it from me. Thank you so much. Of course, this is the USA Volleyball Show, the official podcast of USA Volleyball, recording here in Paris. Au revoir.
This has been the USA Volleyball Show with Clarence Hughes and Stephen Munson, produced by Curtis Ward. Our content producer is Laura Fawcett. Our marketing lead is Bree Jaycox. If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to rate and review. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the USA Volleyball Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.